How's it going, everyone? Got a lot to go over in this video. We're gonna be talking all about Japanese games in this video, so if that ain't your cup of tea, you can click out right now. We've got a major demo available right now. One of my most anticipated games of 2025 gets a release date, and why do they gotta do this to me? Look, I am trying in 2024 to play every damn game that comes out, every damn major game that comes out. Look, I've beat Suicide Squad. If I'm beating games like Suicide Squad, you know I'm serious about that. But why do these publishers gotta drop 8 million games in the month of February? Another major one just got added. Oh, and by the way, it's a game that's coming out the same day as another major title, and they're both gonna be probably north of 100 hours, so we'll talk all about that. And a pair of anime game notes. It looks like one of the most popular anime of all time will be getting a video game adaptation. And Bleach Rebirth of Souls gets yet another character trailer. Character I love, Soifon. I always had a soft spot for Soifon. I thought she got kind of done dirty. She doesn't really do much in the latter portion of the anime, but it is what it is. She's still a badass, and she gets a character trailer. We'll talk that at the end of this video. Right off the top, X Nordics has a demo available right now. Totally free demo. Some reviews of this game, the English reviews are coming out. Saw 93, which is incredibly good. A lot of quality stuff here, and Ys has been one of the most consistent JRPG franchises in all of gaming. Compared to the Tales of franchise, where Tales of has been super consistent, while the games I wouldn't say have been absolute top-tier AAA games, although in the case of Ys, I really do put Ys 8 and Ys 9 among some of the better JRPGs I played, and Tales of Abyss obviously among the best, but some of the games are, you know, just very good and not excellent, but they're very consistent in the sense that they're always a relatively good game. Even the Zestrias of the world is a good game, and the same thing can be said for Ys and the Ys titles. And X Nordics is going to be a different bit of an experience. Explore uncharted islands, engage in fast-paced action combat, and experience the high-sea adventures of unlikely allies Adol and Karja in X Nordics. Two heroes, one story, bound by unexpected circumstances. The young adventurer Adol and the Norman pirate Karja must work together to determine the fate of the Obelia Gulf and its people. A cross-action system is noted. Swap between controlling Adol and Karja independently or together, combine their unique strengths to overcome enemies and build up the revenge gauge to unleash devastating attacks. The power of mana. Harness the unique abilities of mana to overcome challenges, grapple and slide through dungeons and demolish obstacles, create new platforms, and uncover hidden treasures and critical points. A sailor's delight. Got some naval combat in there. AC4 meets Ys. The sailing ship known as the Sandras takes your exploration to new levels. Ocean travel, naval battles, and discovering uncharted islands are all made possible with this seaworthy vessel. This is dropping October 25th. I know a lot of you guys are still going to be busy with Metaphor. You're still playing Sparkling Zeros. You're still playing all these other games that have already dropped, but Ys 10 looks to be a high quality one, and it is out October 25th, and a free demo is out now. Check it out, and remember, with Ys, you don't have to play the other games. Generally speaking, all of the games act as a fairly compelling standalone story. Will there be some things that longtime fans can appreciate? Absolutely, but they are always a pretty good standalone story. If you don't want to pay $60 for X Nordics, but you want to get into the franchise, Ys 8, great starting point. Lacrimosa of Dana, I thought that game was great, and a great entry point to the Ys franchise as well, but Nordics out October 25th, free demo available now. Next up, Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2. Super quick turnaround from Daybreak 1, and am I ready to get into another 80+ hour JRPG? Yeah, damn right I am. When it comes to the Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2 will be launching February 14th, 2025. Very, very quick turnaround. Love to see it that we're getting these quicker turnarounds for Legend of Heroes. Man, it's a good time to be a JRPG fan, you guys. I remember growing up, Legend of Heroes didn't have much of a presence here stateside. Tales of the releases were still inconsistent. Final Fantasy 13 was effing a 4-month delayed release over here stateside. Nowadays, you guys are feasting. I am feasting as well, and I played through Trails Through Daybreak 1 earlier this year. Absolutely loved that game, but I gotta say, by the end of it, I had sunk like 85 hours into the game, and I was like, alright bro, I think I'm done with lengthy JRPGs. And then, you know, obviously that doesn't last. Visions of Mana comes out, Metaphor comes out, and I'm just a sucker for these games. Trails Through Daybreak 2, I am incredibly excited about. I've heard mixed things about the game from people that have played the Japanese release. If I understand correctly, this game kind of came together fairly quickly and may not be as extending of an experience as Trails Through Daybreak 1. I know Kai no Kiseki just came out over in Japan as well. Trying to stay away from spoilers on that. I've stayed away from spoilers for Trails Through Daybreak 2 outside of just, you know, fan opinions on what they thought of the game, but love the first game. Van is my kind of main character. However, I didn't really like how in Trails Through Daybreak 1 they kept bringing up his age. The dude's 24. Like, we're calling dudes, like, yo, I say I'm old and washed up. I'm at least in my late 20s. Van's damn 24. Can we not make ages jumps towards a 24-year-old? Come on now. But the game itself was great. Excellent soundtrack. And yeah, just a fantastic, fantastic game. Would definitely recommend you guys to play the first one and the second one out February 14th. Man, February is just crazy because it's not just Trails Through Daybreak 2. It's not just AC Shadows. It's Yakuza Like a Dragon Pirate, the pirate game, I keep forgetting the name, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii Like a Dragon. I think I got that right. You have Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Like, just those 4 games alone, like, oh my goodness. And January's got Freedom Wars Remastered. It's got Tales of Graces F Remastered. It's going to be crazy. The early portion of the year, late January into February and March, always for some reason is just as stacked as the fall portion of the year when you would think the majority of games, like October and February, those are the 2 months. Those are the anarchy months for gamers' wallets. There are so many games coming out, and I know AC Shadows got, you know, spun into releasing in February. It's supposed to come out in November, but you get the idea. It's just insanity. And I know Trails Through Daybreak, like, it's got its audience. The people that are into it are gonna check it out. It's not like it releasing around a bunch of big games is that big of a deal, because if you're a fan of Legend of Heroes, like, you're gonna check it out, and it's a relatively niche game. It's gonna do well enough. But yeah, it's just from my standpoint as somebody that's trying to play every major release, I'm going to be crying in a good way. Like, this is good. These are good problems to have. But I look at that slate of games, I'm like, boy, oh boy, how am I gonna get through this one? Lastly, a couple notes. Death Note Killer Within has been rated for PS5 and PS4 in Taiwan. Damn it, this cannot be an arena fighter. We cannot get a Death Note arena fighter. Let's just be real, that ain't gonna work. But the idea of a Death Note video game, I find incredibly compelling. I think the idea is compelling. However, Death Note to me screams like the type of IP that Bandai Namco will just pick up and be like, alright, let's throw out a game like this and not throw a lot of effort into it, like they did with Sparking Zero, like they did with the Naruto games, and like they did with the One Piece games even, and like they're doing with Bleach, Rebirth of Souls. I really feel like they're putting effort into that release. Death Note is one of those IPs that I could see them going the JJK route, and I pray that it's not gonna end up like that, because JJK, I'm not even a fan of JJK like that, but that franchise got done dirty with Cursed Clash, which I legitimately believe is one of, if not the worst video game that I've played this year. And, you know, I put it up against the Suicide Squads of the world. Like, I think it's that bad. And it's worse than Suicide Squad. Like, Suicide Squad is a mediocre game, but it really is just from a standpoint of how hard Rocksteady has fallen off. JJK Cursed Clash is just an insulting video game. But let me not get into a diatribe about that. Like, the idea of a Death Note game, I think there's a lot of interesting ways you could go with it. Obviously, you can't do an arena fighter, like, heaven forbid. The most realistic thing I would think is a visual novel, but I really don't know how you would handle a game like that. It's interesting to me. I am cautiously optimistic. Like, I want to be cautiously optimistic, but I'm gonna be real, I'm skeptical as all hell as how this release is gonna turn out. Death Note came out in the mid-2000s, and it was an awesome, awesome anime, at least up until a certain point. The second half of the show, they absolutely butchered it. If you guys watch Death Note, you know what I'm talking about. That opening is still one of the most iconic anime openings of all time. I have it downloaded on my phone, and I still listen to it fairly regularly. It's great. But yeah, unfortunately, they butchered Death Note by the end, but the initial, whatever it is, 25 episodes is absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, interested to see how a game turns out. I don't have the highest of hopes, but let's hope it turns out well. Lastly, Bleach Rebirth of Souls character trailer. Soifone gets a character trailer. I love Soifone as a character growing up. I thought she was absolutely badass. I liked her gimmick with her Bankai, like the instant kill. According to her description, Soifone is a fighter with overwhelmingly speed and a number of moves to toy with an opponent. Kind of interesting that they're revealing Soifone, but I don't believe they've revealed Renji, which is insane. Let me actually look up this. That if they haven't revealed Renji, but you're revealing Soifone and all these other characters, that's very, very interesting. You know, I wouldn't be all too surprised if they're looking at Renji as one of those characters. Hey, we could, like, put him as DLC. That could sell people on some DLC content, because I talked about it with Sparking Zero. The thing with these anime pack DLCs, if you're gonna do them, you need at least one notable character that people know and is held to a relatively high regard to sell people on the DLC. That's why I think Beast Gohan being in Season Pass 1 of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero makes all the sense in the world. That's gonna sell a lot of people to get the Season Pass. That's just the MO with Bandai Namco these days. That's how they monetize these games and fighting games in general. But I look at an IP like Bleach, and I could see this game really pop off if it's done well, and obviously I would look at it from Bandai Namco's standpoint of they're definitely thinking about how can they monetize this game for a little bit longer than just its initial release. But we already have a relatively good roster of characters as far as everybody that's showcased. I mean, you got Ichigo in there, you got Byakuya in there. If you, like, eliminate, like, a Byakuya, like, I would bug out at that, but like, and Renji, like, should be in the base game, but Bandai Namco gonna Bandai Namco. Nonetheless, I think Soifone is an awesome addition to the game, and she looks badass to play as well. And one of those characters I feel like they could have done more with in Bleach. But nevertheless, I do have to catch up on the 1,000-Year Blood War, the anime. I know Part 3 just kicked off, and yeah, people are super excited about Bleach, man. It's a hot commodity right now, so it's great to see them firing on all cylinders as far as that's concerned. But that'll do it for me. X Nordics Demo available right now in the West. Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2, dropping February the 14th. RIP Gamers' Wallets in February. Death Note Killer Within has been rated for PS5 and PS4 in Taiwan, and Bleach Rebirth of Souls is a brand new character trailer in Soifone. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.